What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. Not sure if I am going to be back in action yet on the publishing date of this video. I will leave a comment pinned down below, letting you guys know the status of where I'm at. Getting a Chaos 4 win in means I'll be able to start a little bit higher in Onslaught mode, so that is the goal. So here we are in the Chaos 4 Forest biome. Let's go ahead and give it a whirl here. This one we got lots of DU, so I am going to use it, no doubt. We are going to build it out all the way around wherever is necessary here. And we're still focusing pretty heavily on this Sand Viper. So we've got this guy set up. Looking forward to getting rid of anti-support servo, but, you know, you got to go with what you got. And that's what I've got right now. So let's go with just something. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and throw some sand traps in too. Let's go 3 of them. Let's go with something like this just to get started. Of course, we will need more as we progress through this one. But let's see. Do we want to throw an obelisk over here? Why not just throw an obelisk right there? And then, let's see. Same old stuff here. We're going to go with just 3 vipers. And then I will add in more as we go. And then a couple of sand traps. Say something like that should get the job done there. Now this lane, I always like to double wall this one. We do have berserkers as the enemy in Chaos 4. So with that in mind, I want to make sure that, you know, nothing is getting past, nothing running past anything. And 2 walls there just makes me feel a little bit safer. Even though, you know, you can definitely get away with one. I just like being able to ignore that lane a little bit. And then back here, we've got a nice little, not really choke point, but kind of choke point, just right there before they come onto the bridge. So we can do our 3, and then let's see what we're left over with. We're going to want to do some upfront damage. And where do we want to put that at? I feel like we want to go up here. This will be a flyer dive bomb bait for sure. Let's go 2 right there. We got a lot of DU, so we can throw extras in, you know, pretty much wherever we want. We can throw in something like that. We can go something like that. Actually leaves over 300 left. So much DU left. Well, I mean, we've got more room for more goodies up here. Now, remember, we are breaking into a new tier. So we could have spent the Defender medals and got our relic upgraded. But I didn't feel like I needed to. And I kind of want to replace that relic, to be honest. Let's go a couple of snakes there. Let's try a couple here too. Once again, those are all just going to be serious dive bomber bait. But let's go ahead and give it a whirl. I'm going to go ahead and throw an upgrade or 2 on the obelisk here. And let's see how wave 1 looks. So it's definitely going to be all about the Zerkers. Chaos 4 is Zerkerville, no doubt. So we want to watch those guys. Now, Zerkers can't be slowed, but they can be stunned, which also means they can be knocked up. And as you see there, our wall just kind of having its way with them. Everything's looking pretty good. The Gobu Boom's still holding strong. Of course, we get that upgraded to Chaos 4, which, I mean, ideally, I'm hoping I find a nice Chaos 4 relic here. You know, definitely nothing wrong with blowing through all of your crafting materials, but on the same note, you know, I've been in the situation many a time where I've wanted to do just one more thing, and I didn't have enough crafting materials to get the job done. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to just blow everything I've been getting in the daily login. Alright, let's get a couple of upgrades here. Let's get a couple there as kind of our last resort. And then I want to make sure that double lane in the middle gets dialed in. Of course, this is a non-boss lane, but this lane does get pretty heavy usually with enemies. So I want to make sure we're in pretty good shape here. Let's hit both of those up. Finally got a little speed boost from the appeasement. And of course, trying to just get things to a position where I can just hang out over here in the boss lane. We got a Tuskar coming this time. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Drop a little call to madness there. Of course, the more kills we can get in with the snakes quickly, the more booms we have going off. And we want that Gobu boom popping off when there's a bunch of enemies there. Alright, here comes Tuskar. We should have just so much time to work Tuskar over. Can't imagine, yeah. I was going to say, I can't imagine it's going to be much of an issue. Now, of course, we're getting the bottom of the barrel, 0 of 10 upgrades, but we are getting Chaos 4 gear now. So, it is quite realistic to see some upgrades here. Of course, as we get further in, now we're going to be switching over to Onslaught mode soon. And we will get upgrades there as well, of course. And then let's just hit some stuff here. I think we can just kind of let it fly here and then maybe do one big round of upgrades on the final wave. Let's do that. Let's just let it run. I was going to call the madness that, but there was no enemies left really to bother with. Keeping an eye on the minimap, looks like nothing is really making it too close to the walls. I want to get my my coils dialed in. One of the big benefits of those is they've just got silly range. I mean, their range is just crazy. Alright, we got a Shaper and an Ogre rolling on out here. Just get these Zerkers down first. Alright, Shaper down. Ogre shouldn't be too terrible. There we go, Ogre down. Alright, let's see what we got laying around. There's an Earth Servo, another Earth Servo, and an anti-support. Boo! Alright, what do we got for this one? We got a Cannon Ogre and Quibs. So let's do what we were mentioning, and I'm just going to get one big wave of upgrades in before wave 5. My move speed being in the crapper kind of makes me hesitant to bother upgrading a lot of this stuff. Really smooth transition into Chaos 4 so far, though. Alright, here they come. Now I need to get that cannon ogre down first, as he's just going to one-tap things. Alright, the cannon ogre's down. And Quibbly's down, so looking pretty good there. They didn't get very much wall damage in at all. And what else do we've got? We've got an Anti-Goblin and a Go-Boo-Boom. Alright, so let's get one big round of upgrades in. And we're going to start off... Well, our Obelisk is already maxed. We got a Skelly over here, which is going to be a huge bonus. We got a Storm Servo and a Unique Power Servo. Once again, I'm tempted to get my Obelisk dialed in, because it does put in so much work. We took a bit of wall damage here. I feel like I should dump most of the things right there in that lane. But let's check out over here. We didn't take any wall damage over here. Actually, looks like most things are dying off up front. Yeah, let's just dump. We only got 300 left, but let's just dump it in right here. Let's see which one of these has done the most damage. 600 646, 110, 3.2 million. Well, this one has done night and day more damage, so... Ooh, we got a daily mission complete. Alright, here we go. Man, they're on the wall over there, huh? Alright, we finally took some damage on one of our up front snakes here. Oh, that was a dive bomber. Had to have hit that, I think. We got enough for another one? Alright, we got a Drakenlord, a Siege Roller. So I want to be cautious of that Siege Roller. Got our Sparkle Party in there. Alright, Drakenlord down. We lost one of our snakes on the wall there. But we should just be able to really beat up on this Siege Roller. There we go. And our Skelly in the middle just died off on his own. Without any intervention at all. So that's kind of nice. Alright, looks like we will not get a bonus chest on this one. Definitely not. So let's just pop out to Tavern and see what kind of loot we have. Alright, let's take a look at our shards. We got Sentry Rocket and Draining Strikes. So, as is the norm, sadly, we've got two shards that we're not really interested in. Let's see what else we got, though. Diverse crit damage. Once again, I'm just, I don't have enough different defenses to really make that worth using. That unique power would go on this obelisk real well. In fact, let's just do that. There. Obelisk squared away. What about the rest of this stuff? I mean, no really good mods that I'm really looking for. But those are upgrades, so, I could go like that. Could go like that. And then, well, we're going to get a huge bump on our walls, I believe. What do we got on this one? We got 68 and 1700. So, it's a small upgrade. It's not huge. Yeah, I think I'll just leave that one alone. But let's look at our champion score. We're at 1807. We've got, obviously just breaking into Chaos 4. We got a long way to go still. Have to get up to 2750 champion score. But let's see what we can do. It was a nice little game. We're up to 1968 now. So have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you soon. Take it easy.